Boo, what is up, Rams? I'm Madison Strasheim.
And I'm Gideon Aigner, filling in as Madison's co-anchor this week. Welcome back to another wicked episode of CTV Cooks. Spooky season is finally here, and we have a packed show for you tonight.
That's right, Gideon. In tonight's episode, we will be giving you a rundown of what is happening within the Fort Collins food scene. From what CSU is doing to combat food insecurity, new restaurants opening here in Fort Collins, to giant pumpkins being grown right here in FOCO.
It's definitely something you won't want to miss. And after that, Maddie will take you along to see what the best fall drink on campus is.
Then I will show you an easy corn salsa recipe to get you in the spirit of October.
Plus, Maddie and I will introduce you to one young business owner who is bringing smiles to the Fort Collins community with a special treat. And we will end tonight's show with yet another edition of Name Brand versus Knockoff, where we will be going head-to-head to see who can guess the name brand version of an array of different sodas.
All this and more tonight on CTV Cooks, starting right now.
About 38% of college students suffer from food insecurity. Rams Against Hunger is trying to make a difference with this and bring awareness to the issue. Partnered with the Food Bank of Larimer County, the tradition of Cans Around the Oval has been accepting donations of cans and other nutritious staples. Collection Day will take place on October the 19th at the CSU Oval. To learn more about how you can participate, please visit cans.colostate.edu.
Speaking of food events, Fort Collins Old Town is celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Foodie Walk. Culinary tours happen on the third Friday of every month, and it is a great way to learn more about the local food scene. Walk on by your favorite shops to sample the flavors from all over the world and tickle your taste buds with some delicious treats from 5 to 8 on October 21st.
Get ready, Rams, because it looks like there will be enough pumpkin pie for everyone this fall. Colorado's second biggest pumpkin has been grown right in the front yard of local firefighter Brad Bledsoe. His pumpkin, whom he named Greta, weighed in over 1,000 pounds during the Fort Collins Nursery Great Pumpkin Weigh-Off on the 1st of this month. If this news doesn't make you gourd crazy, I don't know what will. If you want to know more about this giant pumpkin, keep an eye out for our Thursday night feature reporter, Zoe Heyman, who will be giving a more in-depth look at the story in the coming weeks.
You may have never seen her on TikTok and maybe even around your favorite local Fort Collins restaurants. Rayna Huang is a famous competitive eater from California, making rounds in the media by showing her insane ability to eat large amounts of food in a short amount of time. As a culinary influencer, Huang is rising in popularity and has recently been making pit stops all around northern Colorado to compete with other competitive eaters. The most recent stop she made was Ohana Grill in Denver, Colorado, to take on the Loco Moco Challenge. You can check out her Instagram at RaynaIsCrazy.
A new restaurant is on its way to Fort Collins, but this sadly means that one has to go. Cacciatore at Heller's Kitchen is an Italian eatery that has served people passing by Jessup Farms for a few years. The owner, Troy Heller, says the space was too small for people to dine in compared to their other location in Windsor, Colorado. But fear not, a brand new restaurant called Weldo's Tacos and Tequila will soon replace Heller's Kitchen and serve a variety of house-made tacos and tostadas.
And with that final piece of news, Rams, it's time for a break. Keep hanging, because after this, I will take you on a fun adventure to taste some fall drinks on campus.
Living with someone you don't know on the other side of the wall is hard, especially if you don't know how to be a good roommate.
The first thing that you'll want to do to be a good roommate is make sure that you always stay quiet. Be considerate of others when using common spaces and appliances.
Hey buddy, what you doing?
I'm just gonna need like 40 minutes.
Be respectful of your roommate's privacy.
Ugh, my bad.
Finally, make sure that you clean up after yourself. Oh, fresh toothbrush.
Have you seen my toothbrush?
Follow these tips to get along with your roommates and your landlord.
It is finally fall and pumpkin spice season is back and better than ever. With the weather getting colder and the hot drinks getting spicier, I took our very own Cooks producer, Abby Flores, with me to determine what the best fall drink is from 3 of the most popular coffee shops on campus. Let's take a look. Spooky season is in full swing here on campus, and a lot of the coffee shops on campus actually have fall specialty drinks.
That's right, we're here on campus and we're going to go around to each coffee shop to see which has the best fall drink.
Let's go. Our first stop is Sweet Sensations in the LSC.
This coffee drink has pumpkin, caramel, and cinnamon.
It's called the Pumpkin Pie Latte. I got ice.
And I got hot.
Let's give it a try.
Yes. Okay, what did you think?
I really like it. I could definitely taste the caramel, but I'm not getting a whole lot of pumpkin.
For mine, I can definitely taste the milk and a little bit of pumpkin, but not enough, you know?
There's just not enough flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we just need a little bit more of those fall vibes coming in these drinks. So
Definitely some more fall vibes. What would you give this?
I would rate this a 7 out of 10.
I would also give this a 7 out of 10.
Awesome. Let's go to our next place then.
Let's go. Cheers. Our next stop is Morgan's Grind in the Morgan's Library, where we got some of their new fall drinks. I got It's Fall, y'all, and it has pumpkin pie and caramel.
And I got Falling Leaves. It is this hot drink, pie chai, caramel, and pumpkin pie.
That sounds delicious. Let's give it a taste.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, definitely a lot sweeter than the last coffee that I had. I could definitely taste more of the pumpkin this time.
Yes, I taste so much more flavor, so much more spice, and honestly, I would get this drink again.
Yeah, you can even just tell by like how this drink is that it's much more orange than the last drink we had. So definitely tell there's pumpkin in here.
10 out of 10 for me. What about you?
I think I won't give it a 10 out of 10 yet. I'm gonna say a 9 out of 10.
Ooh, okay. Well, we still have one more coffee shop to go to.
So let's head on over there.
Yes, let's go.
Last and final stop is at Sweet Temptations in the Behavioral Science Building. I got the Frankenstein, which is a matcha with blackberry syrup.
And I got the spicy waffle that has cookie butter and brown sugar.
Let's give them a taste. I think this is a really good drink overall, but I'm just definitely not getting the fall vibes from it.
Yes, I mean, mine has an extra shot of espresso, so maybe that is giving it a little bit of bitterness to it and not as much sweetness, but I still like it. I think it's a really good balance.
Yeah, I think this would just be a really good everyday drink that I would get. What would you give this drink?
I would give this drink a 9 out of 10.
I think I would give this drink an 8 out of 10. It is really delicious, but I'm just not getting the fall vibes from it.
Yeah.
These are absolutely beautiful.
No, for real. I love these a latte.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to sleep tonight though.
Me neither. I'm pretty caffeinated.
What do you guys in the studio think? A little bit of pumpkin spice truly makes everything nice.
Now, I actually went over to Sweet Temptations earlier, and I had their pumpkin pie chai, and it was one of the drinks I've ever had. Solid 7.5.
Yep, they definitely have some really cool fall drinks. I didn't go to sleep till like 2 o'clock, so I would have stuck with the chai. That seems like a good option, so.
Hey, at least you had time to do some homework.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now, speaking of everything nice, don't go away just yet, Rams. Before you eat all the candy this Halloween, Maddie is going to show us how to make some savory corn salsa.
Welcome back from the break, Rams. Another popular season we haven't touched on just yet is football. Now, I may not be the biggest fan of it, but I'm always up for the food. So whether you plan to watch the games with friends or simply need a fall-themed snack, this corn salsa recipe is sure to make any crowd go wild.
Now, fall football season is in full swing, and I don't know about you, but my favorite part of football season is definitely the food. This week, I'm going to teach you how to make my favorite football recipe, Chipotle corn salsa. I'm also going to try and attempt to make homemade tortilla chips, so let's see how this goes. Everything you see here on my little cutting board is everything you're going to need to make the corn salsa. My poblano pepper here is going to add the most flavor to this recipe, and the first thing we need to do is roast it. I'm going to cut the poblano pepper in half, place it on a foil-lined cooking sheet like this one, and place it in the oven to broil for 5 to 6 minutes. While those poblano peppers are roasting in my oven, I'm going to get a head start on cutting up the rest of my vegetables for the salsa. Once you have your corn open, you're just gonna toss it into a big bowl. Once you have all your ingredients in your bowl, you're going to go ahead and shake it up. Once you have your salsa all complete, you should have something that looks a little bit like this. Once you have your salsa all combined, the next step is to add our citrus. I'm going to be adding half the juice of a lemon and half the juice of a lime. Add some flavor to our bowl. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. All your ingredients in the bowl, including the lemon and the lime and the salt, you're going to go ahead and give it a stir. Now that our salsa is all complete and looking absolutely beautiful, we're going to get started on making our homemade tortilla chips. What we're going to need for our tortilla chips is some white corn tortillas, vegetable oil to fry them up in, and some salt. First step is to cut the tortillas. Now, one tortilla is going to make about 6 tortilla chips. Once you have your tortillas all cut up, you're going to pour oil into a pan so that we can start frying up our chips. You have your oil all nice and heated up. You should be able to throw a tiny little piece of tortilla in there to see if it will start to bubble up. Once your oil is all ready to go, you're going to take a few of your tortilla chips and place them in the oil. Once your tortilla chips are all nice and brown, you're going to take them out of the skillet and place them on a cookie sheet lined with paper towels. Once all your tortillas are done cooking and are drying out on your paper towel, you're going to go ahead and sprinkle some salt right on top of them. This is such an easy and quick, delicious football snack for your next get-together.
This corn salsa was so fresh and easy to make, it makes out to be a budget-friendly snack for any college student too.
And it is always great to taste the product of your own work, but I heard that you weren't actually able to do that.
No, I wasn't. I actually filmed at my boyfriend's house, and before I even got another bite after filming, the whole bowl was gone. So I think his roommates enjoyed it a lot, which is good because now we know that the recipe is very good. So
Hey, friends and family are always a good test subject.
of course.
Now, Rams, we hope that we have gotten your teeth sunk in, because after the break, Maddie and I will get an inside look at how a young entrepreneur has made her name in the Fort Collins community.
This is CJ, the CEO of CJ's Produce. I'm the muscle, she's the brains.
It works.
My great-grandfather has owned the Brantley Estate since the early 1950s. It has stayed in our family, and we're trying to make him proud.
We had plenty of food and love, and that's what got us where we are today.
Mama Tia is my grandmother. She was actually the first in the family to get vaccinated. I was afraid. Leslie was going to get the shot. I came up with every excuse anybody else would say. My grandmother got her shot. When I saw how strong she was, it was like, I'm a healthy young man. Why can't I?
Did I have reservations? Absolutely. But doing your research, weighing the options of what works best for you, getting the vaccination is helping your fellow brethren, regardless of how you may disagree with them.
CJ has been the motivation for a lot of things. He needs his father there to show him how to become a man. So I'm fully vaccinated. I have somebody counting on me, so we made the leap.
Welcome back from the break, Rams. Now, farmers markets are quite popular around this time of year, and McKay Anderson knows this all too well. At just 11 years old, she has already started her own business, making a familiar after-school snack right out of her parents' kitchen. Maddie and I visited her to find out how these delicious snacks are made.
Where's the ladle?
McKay Anderson is only 11 years old, but she found a way to combine her love for her mom's homemade fruit leathers into a thriving small business.
I cook down the fruit, blend it up in a blender, and pour it onto parchment line, dehydrate our trays, and dehydrate it.
McKay is a force to be reckoned with in the Fort Collins farmers market scene, where she sells her handmade fruit leathers to kids just like her.
I get to talk to people, and I usually have a friend come and help me, so we can have some fun.
While McKay sees this as a fun after-school activity, McKay's mom, Megan, sees it as a means to teach McKay about the hardships of owning a small business.
I think she's grown a lot. I think she's matured along the way. I think she's learned about responsibility and about, kind of the need to show up and be there, even if it's not maybe what you want to be doing, or packaging field strips at 11 o'clock at night.
While McKay has mastered the art of owning a business, she has also mastered giving back to her community. She donates some of her revenue to Colorado Feeding Kids.
I think we just wanted to be able to give back a little bit.
At first, McKay's mom was surprised, but she found that it's an activity that brings McKay and her closer together.
As kids get older, they become more independent, and they maybe less talkative about everything. And so when you're doing something, you're busy, but you're not super, it's not super hard or difficult, you talk without the same pressure of just having a conversation.
Small businesses take a lot of time, effort, and a lot of creativeness, but McKay is more than ready for the challenge.
Just because you're younger doesn't mean you have to wait till you're older. You can do it now.
You can find McKay online at eatfieldstrips.com or at the next Civic Center Park Farmers Market. McKay is just so cute, and I just want to be her when I grow up.
Yeah, she's got more on her resume than I think most people here at the college do, and especially with something like healthy snacks. A lot of the time, they're just kind of oh, it's a healthy snack. It's not going to taste good. Those were really, really good. How fast did you have yours done?
Oh, yeah, I ate my whole bag on the way home from filming. So I also told her that I was going to eat it for lunch, and she told me there wasn't enough spinach in it for me to eat it just for lunch. So a sense of humor, too, but.
Very nice, yeah.
Well, go ahead and check her out on eatfieldstrips.com. Okay, Rams, we're going to take a quick break, but stick around because Gideon and I are going to do some blind taste testing in another edition of Name Brand versus Knockoff. Last show, we tried popular snacks, but we've decided to switch it up to soda. Will the knockoff beat the name brand? Find out after the break.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far. A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
Thank you.
Steady, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home. Baby, you see, you're so right for me, and I am right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet tasting wine. Your lips are so divine. Your loving turns me on. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go. Baby, never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to our second edition of Name Brand versus Knockoffs. Tonight, Maddie and I will compete to see who can tell the difference between some popular soft drinks and their generic counterparts.
We have cups laid out here, and the first drink we have is Coca-Cola.
Now, I'm not quite a Coke drinker, so we're just going to have to see how this one goes. But
Okay.
do you want to start with this one and I'll go with this one?
Yeah, I'll go with this one. I'm going to take the left straw. Makes sense.
Okay, okay.
That one's a little dead.
This one tastes a lot like Coke. Do you want to swap places?
Yeah.
All right.
That's really hard.
That
I
feel like it's the one on the right, because you're right. The one on
it
our
tastes a little
left.
flat.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one too. The first one, I think.
This one here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So next up we've got Sprite.
Sprite, and you're a
So-
Sprite guy, I heard.
Yes.
So
yeah.
you should be pretty good at guessing this.
Fingers crossed. I have Sprite like twice a week in the dining hall, so I'll go with this straw.
Okay.
You know, I'm not even sure what the knockoff of Sprite would be, but
This
that
one?
didn't feel right.
Yeah, this one is really limey.
Okay.
So it might be that one. It's like super limey. So maybe that's just me.
This one feels right.
Yeah, this one has way more lime flavor. So I'm gonna say that this is the name brand.
Yeah, I know the amounts of lime they actually put in there is like so small you can't even quantify it, but
That one
That one
for
feels
sure. All right, next is Dr. Pepper. Now, I'm the Dr. Pepper connoisseur, and I don't know about you, but if you ever had a dirty Dr. Pepper,
that
It's-
sounds quite interesting.
it's Dr. Pepper with like a splash of lime and some coconut syrup. Apparently, it's a really big thing in Utah, but
Okay.
I've tried it this year, and I've absolutely loved it, and I like drink it a lot. So
That just sounds like Sprite with extra steps.
I guess. So let's give Dr. Pepper a try.
It's got the tanginess that Dr. Pepper's got.
This one is
but
a
it
little
doesn't
flat.
quite- Okay, let,
Let's switch.
yeah, let's switch. Let's see.
This one's definitely Dr. Pepper, 1,000%.
I actually think it's this one. Granted, you're the expert here, but I think it's this one.
I think it's the first one.
All right.
If I'm wrong, I'm going to be so disappointed in myself.
You'll
like,
be
all right.
Now we got some elite gamer fuel. Mountain Dew. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Okay, this one, the one on the left isn't even green.
It's clear.
it-
So,
Hmm.
I'm going to do this one.
I'm not sure how to feel about that. It tastes like apple, so I think it may be like that one they did a competition with a few years back. But
That one is definitely Mountain Dew. Like, I can just taste the food coloring in that. So, that one's definitely Mountain Dew. That's Fresca.
I've never had Fresca, so I'm not sure, but
My grandma always has Fresca in her basement. So,
all I
like-
know, okay, all I know is that this one tastes the artificial green.
yeah, this one's a little more fresh. So I'm going to say that the green cup is Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Green for dew.
And our last one is Fanta. I don't know if you're old enough, but do you know who the Fanta girls are?
I've not heard of that. No, what's
It
the
was
deal
like
there?
it was like a popular commercial for Fanta, and they would like dance around and be like, "Do you wanna Fanta, Fanta? Like, don't you wanna?" Yeah, it was like a whole thing. So
All right.
I'll give this one a taste first.
Let's see if this lives up to the legend. This one tastes like medicine.
This one's really orange. So maybe I'm
Let's see.
gonna taste your medicine theory. Let me see.
This tastes like real Fanta.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one for Fanta.
Unlike the Mountain Dew, we're going with the color that's opposite the actual.
This one definitely tastes. It does taste like medicine.
Right? Like I've had surgery too many times to know.
Yeah. All right, let's see what our score is.
Oh, goodness.
Oh yeah, I won. Name brand. Oh, I want to see which one is which.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's take a look.
So this one was Coca-Cola.
This one was the Coke?
Yeah, and this was the knockoff. So, you know, if you're looking on a way to save a buck, get the knockoff.
Yeah, let's get
Coke.
the generic of that.
Yeah.
So
This one is knockoff,
knockoffs. This
and
is
this
the
was real Sprite.
That makes
What
sense.
did we say? We said it was
Yeah, we
this
said it
one.
was this one.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
lime, more lime. Okay, this
We
one,
got-
Dr. Pepper. I said this one was the Dr. Pepper. So I got that one right.
Dag nabbit.
I hold my Dr. Pepper themed title. So I'm happy
we
about
go.
that.
All right. Let's
And then
see.
we got the Mountain Dew.
Was
I'm
the-
going to say this one was, of course, Mountain Dew because it was green. And
Yeah.
this was knockoff, but it is Fresca. I
We'll
know
have
a
to give
Fresca when
a
I
try.
taste it.
It was honestly better than the Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I really like Fresca. So.
Then let's see what's up with this Fanta.
I don't know. This was the Fanta. So the one we said tastes like medicine is Fanta.
You can save a buck with the knockoff Fanta.
Yeah, I
evidently.
would get the knockoff Fanta if you're trying to save a buck. So
It works.
hey, we did pretty good. You know, good game. We'll see how it plays out next time. But yeah, I'm just proud of myself that I got the Dr. Pepper. So
Hey, there you go.
yeah.
And with that, Rams, those are all the tricks and treats we have for you tonight.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Cooks Say Spicy CSU.